everyone, welcome to English for You. I'm Kat.
I'm Chickling. Hello.
So today is about food.
Food again. I love food.
Yeah. We always end up doing food articles together, which I don't think is a bad thing.
Right.
Yeah. Do you like to eat dessert?
Of course, everybody does.
Well, some people don't really, but I do too. Yeah, for sure. And I often find that if I have too much food, like particularly if I go to hot pot and then I can never finish my hot pot. But if the hot pot restaurant has ice cream, I always have ice cream afterward.
They have a buffet area you can get ice cream from.
Yeah, so I never finish the hot pot, but I always get ice cream. And then whoever I'm with is like, are you crazy? What? You said you were too full. But actually, apparently there's a reason for that, and I am not alone.
So you have another stomach for desserts.
Yeah, that's what I keep saying. I keep saying I have a dessert stomach and I have a normal stomach, but actually it's a totally different reason. And I did not know this, but it's actually totally makes sense. And that's what our article is about today. So why don't we go ahead and take a look?
Reading.
Why your stomach always has room for dessert. It's a common feeling. You've just finished a big meal and you've probably eaten too much, but you still crave dessert. It's a sure way to gain weight. However, many of us just can't help reaching for that piece of pie after dinner. If you give in to this temptation, it's not your fault. Scientists have found that as we eat a meal, the food on the plate becomes gradually less appealing. As this happens, our brains tell us to eat something with an opposite taste. This makes sense in terms of human development. Eating different types of foods offers a wider variety of nutrients. For example, when you're eating meat, which contains protein and minerals, your body will signal to switch foods when you've had enough. It will want fruit to get vitamins and fiber, or bread for carbohydrates. This reaction doesn't serve us well today. In modern society, we eat too much and then turn to sweet desserts to give our mouths a fresh taste. When this craving hits, do the right thing. What your body really wants is an apple, not ice cream.
All right, so our article starts out today by saying, it's a common feeling. You've just finished a big meal and you've probably eaten too much, but you still crave dessert.
That happens to me all the time.
Yeah. No matter what I'm eating, if it's like too much food, I'm still like, oh, I want cake. Yeah, definitely. Probably eaten too much anyway. But probably is actually our first vocabulary word. It's an adverb, as you can tell by that ly at the end. Means it's likely true. It's stronger. It's more likely true than maybe or possibly true. When people eat big meals, most of the time, you don't leave anything on your plate, or you eat as much as you can and you still have something left because you just can't finish, or you just finish everything. And it's probable, that's the adjective of probably, that you eat too much or you feel extremely full, like uncomfortably full. I often say I have a food baby because it feels like you're pregnant with a food baby. Yeah. Now, there is a noun that comes from probably as well. If you add ability, you get probability, which is like the likelihood or how likely it is of something being true, which means like it has a high probability, it's more likely true. If it has a low probability, it's less likely true. So an example sentence for probably would be, this dog walking down the street has a collar with a tag on. It probably lives in a house around here.
好，所以我们看一下 probably 这一个单字，它是一个副词，是可能的意思。那么老师刚刚有提到两个词性，我们讲一下哦。第一个呢，我们先讲一下名词 probability， 它就是可能性的意思。那我们造一个句子。You can say, there is a strong probability that I will quit the job. And that means you're going to quit the job, maybe.
Yeah,
就是很可能
like 90% sure.
几乎快要辞职了。OK, 那我们造 另外一个句子我们用老师刚刚提到的形容词 probable， 所以我们也可以说 It is probable that I will quit the job， 代表Yeah, I'm going to quit a job。 好，所以都是一样的。那么 crave 这边是渴望的意思哦，所以当你吃完一个大餐，你也已经吃太多了，不过你还是想吃甜点。 Kat 老师跟我都是一样这种人。
Yeah, so craving, the thing about craving is like you're not actually hungry, it's just that you want the taste of something.
嘴馋。
Yeah. So anyway, the article goes on, it's a sure way to gain weight. Yeah, craving dessert after you've eaten too much. However, many of us just can't help reaching for that piece of pie after dinner. Yeah, I know.
Okay, so the article keeps on saying, if you give in to this temptation, it's not your fault.
Yeah, well, it's partly your fault, but it's not only because you can't help yourself. You give into it. Then give into is a phrase that means you stop trying to avoid or resist something and you just do it. You feel this pressure. Maybe people are telling you need to do it. Just do it. Or your body's telling you to do it. And then you just give up. And you give in. Giving in means you were trying not to do something. You had a reason not to, but you gave up trying. You decided to just do it. We often use give in with like failing or having negative associations like temptations. Tell us what that means.
Yeah, so temptations means the wish to do something that you know you shouldn't do. 所以 temptation 就是一个诱惑的感觉，你知道你不能做，但你还是很想去做，所以这个是真的是很容易变胖的行为哦。不过很多人还是没有办法停止吃，因为太想吃了嘛。那么这边出现一个 phrase， 这边是 give in to something， 代表是屈服的意思。所以如果就此屈服呢，其实也不是完全是你的错。
So how often do you give in to the temptation to eat dessert?
A lot. Well, I have to say a lot, but I can't anymore because I have to lose 13 pounds now.
13 pounds?
Yeah, that's a lot.
That's like 7 kg, right? Dang, that's a lot of weight to lose. But I'm right there with you. I need to lose weight as well. Well, I'm going to do exercise more than I'm going to do, but whatever. But anyway, talking about dessert. The article goes on saying, scientists have found that as we eat a meal, the food on the plate becomes gradually less appealing.
Ooh.
That's true. Like the first 2 bites that you take of anything are really, really
Delicious.
good. And then it just gets kind of boring. Yeah. Like no matter what you're eating, it could be the best thing ever and it just starts to get boring. Yeah. So gradually here is an adverb that means kind of little by little or slowly. We use the word we're talking about something changing in a slow but sure way. So, for example, if your grades gradually get better, it doesn't mean that you go right from 60% to 100%. You're not going a big jump, but it's kind of like slowly, little by little. Maybe you go from 60 to 65, 75, 80, 85, so on and so on. It's a gradual, that's the adjective, a gradual change. It's a slow change over time. So an example sentence might be, Kevin and I didn't like each other at first, but gradually we became friends and now we hang out all the time. So yeah, you guys didn't suddenly go from disliking each other to liking each other. You slowly start to get to know each other better.
好，所以 gradually 就是逐渐的，所以它这边是副词哦。那么科学家就发现，其实当我们在吃饭的时候，盘子里的食物会变得越来越不吸引人。这边的 appealing 就是吸引人的意思。那么老师刚刚提到的形容词 gradual 就是它的形容词嘛，就也是逐渐的意思。我们可以造一个句子 ：There has been a gradual change in climate，就是我们气候有一个很逐渐的变化。所以另外呢，我们句中形容词 appealing 是从动词 appeal 过来的哦。我们可以说 appeal to someone，so that means to interest someone。
Yeah.
所以譬如说，你可以说很多年轻人喜欢流行音乐，那你可以说 pop music appeals to most teenagers.
Right, yeah. So pop music is meant to appeal to a large audience. And, food is meant to appeal to your taste buds, but, slowly, gradually, it stops doing so. Which is why I like to try and, eat bites of different things on my plate and kind of switch it up so that each thing continues tasting really good.
Right.
Anyway, the article goes on to say, as this happens, as food becomes less appealing, our brains tell us to eat something with an opposite taste. So opposite here is like you could eat something with a little bit different taste, but opposite is an adjective that means on the total other side or the total other way. It's not just being a little bit different, but completely different. So, for example, opposite colors might be white and black. Two opposite sides, left and right, forward and back. Opposite personalities would be outgoing, which means you like to talk to people a lot, or shy. And in this case, two opposite tastes might be salty, like chips, and sweet, like ice cream. Although I think those two things go together really well.
No, and I like to put my fries in my ice cream.
Yeah, fries and a milkshake. Or chocolate-covered potato chips. Like, honestly, salty and sweet go together so well. And opposite things do often go together really well. Opposites attract, as they say. Other ways to use the word opposite might be as a noun. So if you say some things are opposites, they are two things or people that are completely different. Or there's the verb oppose, which means to stand on the other side of something or disagree with an idea very strongly. Yeah. So for opposite as an adjective, we could have this example. My sister and I are twins, but we have totally opposite styles. She likes to wear cute pink things, and I like cool black clothes. So basically, we've got like gothic Lolita and princess. Something like that, yeah.
所以我们来看一下 opposite 这一个形容词，它是相反的，全然不同。那么因为我们的食物会变得越来越不吸引人哦，我们的脑部就会告诉我们，你要去吃不一样味道的食物，不同口味的。那么老师刚刚提到很多不一样的词性，我们再讲一下 opposite 的名词哦。你可以说 opposition， 它就是有 strong disagreement 的意思，就是反对，也就是跟别人站在不一样的立场。So let's make a sentence with it. You can say the government carried on with the construction even though there was strong opposition from the residents.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, and in government, actually, opposition, like the opposition party would be the party that's going against the one that's in power.
就是像我们的在野党 opposition party.
So like the opposition party right now is the KMT, I guess? Yeah, because the DPP is the one in power. Anyway, going on with the article, this makes sense in terms of human development. So for us to want something with an opposite taste, it makes sense in terms of human development in certain ways, right?
Right. So yeah, when we use this phrase, it means that we're describing which particular area of subject we're discussing. So here we're talking about human development. 所以就是这句话意思就等于说，就人类而言的发展其实是有道理的，并不是完全我们自己爱吃而已。
Yeah. So human development, because we live a very different life now than we used to. Like we used to have limited food options and need different nutrients more than we do now, that kind of thing. So the article goes on to say eating different types of foods offers a wider variety of nutrients, which is kind of what I just said. So yeah, definitely you need to eat a bunch of different foods to get a bunch of different nutrients.
就是养分跟营养物的意思嘛，那就是名词哦。那么文章接着又说呢 For example, when you're eating meat, which contains protein and minerals, your body will signal to switch foods when you've had enough.
Right, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure, yeah. And people, will often just overeat one thing and only get the nutrients from that one kind of food. But the example we have here is meat, which contains protein and mineral. Now, when we use contain, the verb, it means to have something inside it or be around something. But when we're talking about like food or objects that we're talking about what they're made of, we're saying that when they contain something, they have a certain thing as part of it. So any food contains or has different things in it like fat, protein, carbohydrates, sugar, sodium, which is salt, vitamins, things like that. We can also use that to talk about medicines and things we use on our body, like skincare and shampoo. So when we use the noun container, well, we have ER on the verb contain, container. It means something that holds something else inside of it, like a box or a jar. That's a container. Now, if we want to use an example for the verb contain and talking about things that have certain ingredients, this face cream contains lanolin, a kind of wax that comes from sheep's hair. Yeah, I was interested to learn that about the face cream that I use.
OK， 所以contain 就是含有跟内含的意思，所以不同种类的食物会提供你不同的营养素 nutrients。所以比如说你在吃肉的时候呢，肉类有蛋白质 protein 跟矿物质 minerals， 这些就是蛋白质跟矿物质的意思。那么老师刚刚提到的 container 这个字，我们可以当容器的意思哦。所以塑胶容器你可以说 a plastic container， 那么装水的容器 a water container。那么我们再造一个例句，用动词 contain 来造一个。Mushrooms contain significant amounts of minerals, but some of them might contain poison too.
Yeah, so don't just eat any mushroom you find in the wild.
Yeah.
Make sure that you know what you're eating. Especially if they're red, don't eat them. Yeah. Now, when we see this other word signal, so your body signals that you've got to switch food. Now, signal is a verb that means to give a sign. The word is right in the word signal, S-I-G-N, signal, sign. And it means giving a sign of something or telling someone to do something through indirect words or actions. Now, for example, police use certain words as signals to do certain kind of actions. Or you can give a hand signal, like pretending that your hand is cutting across your throat might mean like stop talking or stop doing that or something similar. Now, your body might give you a signal not by, showing you anything that you can see with your eyes, but by making you feel a certain way or want a certain thing. So like if it signals that you need more carbohydrates, it might make you crave sugary food. Now, a signal can also be a noun, so we use it with the verb phrase to give a signal. So give me a signal when you want me to go, that kind of thing. But let's look at an example sentence with the signal verb. When Harley goes from very talkative to very quiet, it signals that she's tired of socializing and is ready to go home.
好，所以 signal 在这边是当动词，代表发出信号。所以我们刚刚说到如果我们在吃肉的时候我们当吃到足够的量，我们的身体就会发出信号跟我们说我们应该换一种食物吃了。那么 signal 还可以当名词意思也是信号、讯号。So it could be something that shows that something else is likely to happen, or it could be a piece of equipment on the side of a road that tells the drivers to stop or to continue. It's like a traffic signal.
Yeah.
Or it could also be a series of radio waves that are sent to a television or radio with the view to producing a sound or a message.
Yeah.
那我们可以造一个例句，譬如说讯号不太好，你就可以说 The radio is giving out a strange signal.
Or you could say my phone signal is really weak if you don't have any bars. Yeah.
就是你是 like when we're in a basement.
Yeah, when you're in a basement and you're like, I can't get any calls or send any texts, anything like that. That's a bad signal. Okay, the article goes on to say your body will want fruit to get vitamins and fiber or bread for carbohydrates. Yeah, but this reaction doesn't serve us well today. Yeah, so when we say a reaction, like your body signaling that you should switch foods, reaction is a noun that means something you do or something that happens in response to something else. So we have a saying that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. So re means going back or returning something, and then action, of course, is doing something. So you might react, or that's the verb react, to a joke by laughing, rolling your eyes. You might react to shocking news by giving a gasp. So reactions can be on purpose, or your body's reactions, you don't really even think about them. Like if you're in a smoky room, your body might have a reaction like making you cough or making your eyes water because it wants to get rid of the smoke. In the article's case, the reaction is to what you already ate and what your body thinks you need to eat more of. So an example might be Jeremy had a bad reaction to the peanuts in his chocolate. His throat started to close and he had to go to the hospital.
Ooh, that's bad.
Yeah, he has a peanut allergy, obviously. And then this phrase, serve somebody well, the reaction doesn't serve us well, means it doesn't help us. It doesn't benefit us anymore. It doesn't have good results for us anymore.
好，所以 reaction 就是反应那当我们吃太多肉类，我们脑部就叫我们去吃水果像是摄取一些维他命，老师刚刚讲的 vitamin， 或者是有些英国人会说 vitamin, right? Yeah, 都可以。
vitamin.
那么 vitamin 或 vitamin, I think some British people say that too.
Yeah, they say vitamins.
Yeah, 所以维他命跟纤维素 fiber 或者是面包这些东西去得到碳水化合物。碳水化合物就是老师刚刚提到那个比较长的这个 carbohydrates。那么对某事的反应 应我们可以说 a reaction to something， 所以你可以说 What was his reaction to the news？ 代表他听到这个消息他反应是什么。那么它的动词是 react， 所以你也可以用动词来造变成 How do you think he'll react when he hears the news？ 那么 overreact 就是代表说反应过度的意思，譬如说 to react in an extreme way。那我们可以造一个句子哦 Over the years, she has learned not to overreact to criticism.
Good for her.
Yeah, 所以看这个片语有 serve someone well 就是对谁有利嘛。那文章这边用了否定的用法，表示说我们的身体这种反应其实对我们不有利哦。
Okay, so the article finishes up by saying, in modern society, well, not finishes up, this is the second to last line. In modern society, we eat too much and then turn to sweet desserts to give our mouths a fresh taste. Yeah, because usually our food has a lot of different food groups in it now, and so we don't need different nutrients. It's just that our body makes us think we do. Yeah.
And then our article ends by saying, when this craving hits, do the right thing. What your body really wants is an apple, not ice cream.
Yeah, get some fruit in you, not processed sugars.
Okay, so eat more fruits and veggies instead of desserts that might hurt your body, maybe.
Yeah. So anyway, that's all the time we've got for our article. But we are definitely going to talk a little bit more this in our For You chat.
For You chat.
Okay, our For You chat question today is, do you often have cravings for foods you know you shouldn't eat? Yes. What types of snacks or desserts do you turn to when you get hungry? How about you?
Well, I'm on a diet right now because I had to lose 13 pounds, right? And I usually turn to sweet potatoes or hard-boiled eggs. That's what I do.
That's actually pretty healthy, I would say.
Yeah. So I want to be healthy.
Yeah.
Like healthily losing weight.
Yeah, and sweet potatoes, they might be sweet, but they also contain a lot of fiber and a lot to protein and stuff like that. So
Good starch.
I think it's a good, it's a good choice. And they're actually more healthy than normal potatoes, I think.
Yeah.
Let me think.
What about
types
you?
Of snacks or desserts do I?
Fries.
Nah, fries aren't really my thing. I'm going to say, well, if I'm in a night market, I might get some night market food, like fried cheese or something like that. Or, I don't know, I just kind of get chocolate bars from the convenience store. It's really bad, but I really should be a healthier eater. I'll work on that.
Okay.
Maybe get that, lose a few pounds for the summer. Couldn't hurt.
We can do it together.
Yeah, for sure. 加油.
Yay, 加油.
All right. So that's the end of our article today. So now if you are one of those people who has to have dessert even when you've had a full meal, now you know why. And that's all the information we've got for you. So we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why your stomach always has room for dessert. It's a common feeling. You've just finished a big meal and you've probably eaten too much, but you still crave dessert. It's a sure way to gain weight. However, many of us just can't help reaching for that piece of pie after dinner. If you give in to this temptation, it's not your fault. Scientists have found that as we eat a meal, the food on the plate becomes gradually less appealing. As this happens, our brains tell us to eat something with an opposite taste. This makes sense in terms of human development. Eating different types of foods offers a wider variety of nutrients. For example, when you're eating meat, which contains protein and minerals, your body will signal to switch foods when you've had enough. It will want fruit to get vitamins and fiber, or bread for carbohydrates. This reaction doesn't serve us well today. In modern society, we eat too much and then turn to sweet desserts to give our mouths a fresh taste. When this craving hits, do the right thing. What your body really wants is an apple, not ice cream.
Vocabulary Review Probably. You can probably catch the last train to Taipei if you leave now and hurry. Gradually. As the dark clouds slowly approached, the sky gradually got darker. Opposite. My brother loves playing sports, but I have opposite interests. I prefer sitting at home and playing video games. Contain. The boxes on the top shelf contain all my childhood toys. Signal. The police officer signaled the traffic to stop by raising his hand. Reaction. Johnny was on the toilet for a long time because his stomach had a bad reaction to the spicy food.
智慧小补帖
Crave. Temptation.
以上节目是由活用空中美语制作。活用空中美语杂志，请洽询全国各大书店。如欲索取试听教材，请来电02-2364-4000 02-2364-4000，或上网查询，网址是 www.english4u.net www.english4u.net